Hi, we're Acollective. You're watching Urban Music on Alex TV.
Alex.
Is that it? Yeah.
We got so old. We got so old. We got so old. Not long ago, I wasn't sure, but now I know what we lost and what we gained. I was standing at her place and I was calling out her name, cause once we're broke, we play to win and keep the store behind our eyelids and hide it deep within. Forget to learn cause it's so far away. It's only for a short while we should play it day by day, or day by day, or day by day. There's so much empty space, too many loud and welcome guests, and I fell down to my knees. I told her she'd be sorry that I'll never let her leave. I thought she knew, I thought she'd tell. I kept her box up in the attic to make sure that she stays well behind it once. We'll play it smart, ignore the tearing at the edge, and the thawing of the heart. But we got so old. We got so old. We got so old. You see, there's what you learned and what we named. I knew we had it once, and I thought you knew the same. Well, please come home and please stop ripping at my chest. I got you motivated, blinders in the on me, and just what's false will retrieve. I'll keep you underneath my mattress and I'll never let you breathe. Now I'm sure, and now I know. I promise you now I'll never let you go. No, I'll never let you go. No, I'll never let you go. I'll never let you go. No, I'll never let you go. I'll never let you go.
und herzlich willkommen zu einer neuen Ausgabe von Urban Music. Ich bin heute für euch im Privatclub in Kreuzberg und neben mir sitzen sie schon die Männer der Stunde, und zwar Idan und Roy von Acollective. Hi, you guys.
Hey, what's up?
Nice to have you here. Are you looking forward to your show tonight?
Absolutely. It's our second time in Berlin, and it's wonderful to be
Your
back.
second time already?
Yep, we were
When
here.
have you been here last time?
First time we played Berlin was in the summer, so just when our album was released, and it's the first time we're here in the winter, so that's wonderful.
Oh, so how do you like it?
It's okay. I'm wearing a lot of clothing.
It's okay. Not too good, but okay.
No, it's actually been wonderful. We've been on the road for about 2 weeks, and we've played show almost every single night.
Wow.
And it's been great. It's the first time I got to see Germany proper at all, which
But
is...
that's a lot of stress.
No, it's not that bad. People do really stressful stuff. Musicians' life is easy in comparison.
That's easy. What do you like most about touring?
I guess the shows. It's the shows. The just coming to new places and watching new people dance. It's fun for us. We don't get to see around much from what we toured so far. So because every day is a show, and you have to drive a couple of hours and sound check and blah blah blah. But then the only time you have to actually enjoy it is the show itself and just talking with people afterwards, I guess.
Heart starts beating faster than the images that flash before your eyes. Chest is aching, then again it might be that the dress is just too tight. And now the fun part's over. Memories are honey traps with no more checks to cash. I feel ready, years of crooked steadiness. I've fallen round the mouth and a heart stops bleeding, radiates, but who knows if it's left or was it right? A slight distraction sensed it from the get-go, but you can't go and there's no getting back. And now a past-time lover, wrecked and then recovered, hovers at the doorway and laughs. I can't stop feeling funny how you let what kept you breathing to now eat you
You mentioned the video for Breakapart already, and in this video you show a lot of different album covers and you're in them. Do you have any funny backstage stories from that video shooting?
Yes.
Oh, hell yes.
It was actually the most amazing thing about that video is that really we're only there to do the really fun creative stuff. Like making a video, as I'm sure all of you know, is really hard work, and we had to do none of that. We just got to show up. I mean, we had to pick our favorite records, and we had to show up, and they made us wear ridiculous things and makeup and all this stuff, and we had to be stupid on camera, which is very, very easy to do. The only really horrible part about filming was we had to shave, and that was terrible.
And that's something we haven't done like in 10 years, I guess.
So that was
We're very
the worst part of it.
Really, if that's the worst part, then it's.
Yeah, no, it was wonderful. It was really wonderful.
Which album cover was the most fun to do? What would you say?
Kiss was really fun.
Yeah.
Why?
Because it was I think the only album cover that we did where there was more than one or two of us.
Yeah.
And the shot, and it was the final scene that we did on the first day of shooting. And it was a really long day, and everybody was tired, and we had like 3 or 4 takes just to do that one scene, and it ended up being just ridiculous. People were like licking each other. And it was just like horrible. None of it was used eventually, but shooting it was very, very fun.
Nirvana was fun as
Oh yeah,
well.
Nirvana was pretty cool.
Why?
Because our drummer had to
Be naked
jump,
in a pool.
yeah, be naked in a pool, like a really cold pool, for like an hour. It was funny as hell for us.
Yeah,
he didn't
to
like
watch it
Yeah.
was funny.
I want a child that never grows and a love that'll never get too old. No slow days. There's an ever-changing pulse. Busy nights, the brightest lights. You get your cake, I need it too. I want to wake up to parades and neon billboard signs where the colors never fade away. It's the happiest of all Memorial Days. Slow retreat, a fast defeat. If you're still alone, I like to come back home. I like to come back home. If you're still alone, I like to come back home. I like to come back home. I have been sleeping with the wolves, velvet sheets, a fatted sheep, and there's an ever-blowing cold breeze. It's like the planet's just for me. There's so much earth, there's so much ash, there's so much sea. If you're still alone, I like to come back home. I like to come back home. If you're still alone, I like to come back home. I like to come back home. If you're still alone, I like to come back home. I like to come back home. If you're still alone, I like to come back home. I like to come back home. I like to come back home. I want a child that never grows and a love that'll never get too old. No slow days. There's an ever-changing pulse. Busy nights, brightest lights. You get your cake, I need it too. If you're still alone, I like to come back home. I like to come back home. If you're still alone, I like to come back home. I like to come back home. If you're still alone, I like to come back home. I like to come back home. If you're you're still alone, I like to come back home. I like to come back home. I like to come back home. We won't sign no papers, we shall leave no trace of our inner conscience and our higher brain. There's no need to harvest what we still maintain. Pop our veins with protoplasmic common sense. Did you check our wallet for a donor card? And did you call our siblings? Don't know what we are. A near-life experience, a criteria, spinning lives in a cracked mason jar. Years of listening out of reflex, laugh just to break out in tears. And we cry, still repeating our cadavers. I see water in our ears. Years of listening out of reflex, laugh just to break out in tears. Still repeating our cadavers. I see water in our ears. I see water in our
Let's talk a bit about your new album. And I thought, rather than forcing you to name your musical genre, because that's always hard to do, I'd like to know which music genres influenced you to make this album.
I think it was at the end of the day kind of trying to find a mixture between folk and hip hop in a very wide genre specification of what it means. So taking like rhythmic and beat elements from electronic and hip hop and dance music and combining them with like folky or alternative rock and roll songwriting.
Yeah, but we usually we have a big problem when people ask us what genre do we play. We usually say gypsy music just to
or Japanese pop.
Japanese pop.
Japanese pop.
The only
That's
thing that we
accurate,
play.
Yeah, but I think actually the worst part in touring, which is driving, is I think probably the milestone of the cornerstone of the album, because it's the the only time that we get to just swap music between us, and we each hate each other's musical tastes.
Really?
So we
totally.
argue and fight all the time, and that creates kind of our own musical genre by trying to find the thin lines that connect.
Okay. So what music do you listen to, and what music do you listen to?
No, it's a really broad question. Because we fight so much, we started a radio show back in Israel. It's called Game of Shuffle, which is we go to the radio station each week and bring our iPod, and we just put it on shuffle.
Oh, that can be embarrassing.
And then we argue. Yeah, it's true. But then we argue which song should be played now, and it's a huge hit in Israel.
I want to hear it.
Yeah.
I really want to hear it.
It's the best way to do a radio show without preparing at all. So you just would show up. And
That
whatever.
sounds nice.
Yeah.
But you probably know a lot about Israel's music scene since you're from Tel Aviv. Tell me something about the music scene there, because I actually don't know anything about it.
It's very diverse, and I think it's the way it works. I think there's a very large difference between Tel Aviv and the rest of Israel. Tel Aviv being a relatively large and modern city, so there's quite an abundance of bands, and there's a very big independent music scene. I guess to a certain extent like Berlin, from at least what we heard. Nationally out, but I think stylistically there are a lot of things that go the country. I mean, there's pop music is very big, electronic music is very big, kind of Middle Eastern pop, I guess you would call it, is very big. So you find a lot of there are a lot of active bands and lots of cool music going on, but there's, I think, a very big difference between the national level and kind of the underground alternative scene.
Okay.
They don't mix as easily as they do in other places.
That's too bad.
No, it's okay.
You've been touring a lot these days. What was the best show you ever played?
Wow.
I mean, it'll be tonight probably.
Yeah,
but,
of course.
But yeah.
After tonight, I think, playing Glastonbury was a really big experience in the UK, and also Fusion Festival last year was really, really great. And
South Korea was amazing.
South Korea?
Yeah.
Wow, how was it there?
It was ridiculous. We were only there for about, I think we were less than 48 hours in South Korea. And we played 2 shows. So
Wow.
most of the time we were like, we didn't really understand what was going on. We were walking around like very, very tired. And then suddenly you walk on stage and there's just thousands of people screaming. And that was incredible. That was wonderful.
Well, and made it through the flight. I hope you learn to sleep with all these flashing lights. I hope your feet don't hurt. I hope they treat you nice. I hope your teeth won't crack for chewing all this size. I bet you're feeling small. I hear you did not hear anything at all. will, try to think it through. And hold still, if you will, try to think it. Hold still, it's just a thrill, the joy of killing you're addicted to. Hold still for what you spill is best self-chill, but has no use, so please wake up a better man. I know you wanted to turn the rust back into sand. Well, please wake up a better man, or else just let me through. I hope you can. If you will, try to think it through. Hold still, if you will, try to think it through. Hold still, if you will, try to think it through. Hold still, if you will, try to think it through. And hold still, if you will, try to think it through. Hold still, if you will, try to think it through. Hold still, if you will, try to think it through. 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 Hold still, if you will. Broke the mirror again. Really think it looks much better. Just wanna be a friend. Never been much of a lover. Can't find the right way in. Promise you won't tell my mother. I know I'm doing fine right now. Think I'm gonna stay inside. Maybe you should meet my brothers. Tell them that we're doing fine. Tell them that they needn't bother. Can't find the right way in. Never been much of a lover. I'm doing fine right now. We can talk about anything. Let's talk about anything. I know
back to your album. How is this one different from your first record?
I think when we were working on the first album, it was when we were kind of becoming a band. So a lot of the songs that made it on the album were things that we were working on for quite a while, and it took them some time to develop. And I think we were, when we got to the point of recording our first album, it was very much, okay, we'll just record whatever we've got up until now and make an album out of it. And with this album, we had, I think, the privilege or the luxury to take a bit more time. So we worked on it for a while, and we started out by collecting as many songs as we possibly could. So we had about 40 or 50 different songs lying about, and only when we finished writing it did we start trying to make a sense in terms of how the album went. And it ended up being a very different creative process from the first album, because we once we kind of got the final picture in terms of songwriting, the process of creating it was relatively short in terms of how much it took. We kind of locked ourselves in this warehouse, and we pretty much did the album in 3-4 months. But it was getting to that point, which took us a while.
Yeah, I think the first album we were still trying to work on this thing, our finding our mutual genre, and a lot of songs on the first album were like, this is a folk song, this is an electronical song, and like each one had his own label, and like it sounded like a different band is playing each song. And I think what we did in Pangaea was just finding a way just to have everything living under the same roof, under the same sound, like morphically, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And you recorded the whole album live, right?
Yep.
Why did you choose to do that?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
It just
Odd
seemed like
question.
Yeah. It's
Can we do it another way?
Yeah. Well, I think for us as a band, the idea of playing together is very important. I mean, that's how we became a band.
Mm-hmm.
Before we were a band and we had songs, we played together, and it sounded horrible, but we just loved playing with each other. And I think trying to capture that essence and energy is very important to us. It doesn't necessarily make things easy, because the setup is usually very, very, it's a large setup, and you have to fine-tune everything. So there's a lot of technical work going on in the studio to make sure that we could do it the way that we wanted to. But once everything is set up and we just have the comfort of playing with each other and making it sound live, it's wonderful.
Don't lose your temper. Don't shoes on the ground. They're out for home. Girl, you're the loneliest love in the world. You're a temptress who grew up too spoiled, and the morning seems plain. A glorious ride. A summer day's post-shower sweat. Your stolen goods still with a seal, too good to be real. And I know that I wrote and you never got the letters I wrote. You keep looking at me, staining my sheets. So pack up your things and get out, get out, get out. I can't stand your taste in my mouth. Become moldy with ease. You're too eager to please my friends. We ain't got a thing left to lose. We ain't got that much left to win. So bring 'em right in. I said bring 'em right in. And I know I said that I won't, and you never got the letters I wrote. You keep looking at me, staining my sheets. So pack up your things and get out, get out, get out. I can't stand your taste in my mouth. Get out, get out. I can't stand your taste in my mouth. They say, son, don't give up yet, 'cause down here they kill for fun. And they say, son, don't give up yet, no, 'cause you know that down here they kill for fun. And they tell me, son, don't give up yet. But down here they kill for fun, don't give up yet. But down here they kill for fun, get out, no, don't give up yet, 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 get out, no, don't give up yet. I can't stand your taste in my mouth. You taste in my mouth. I don't give a yet. No, don't give a yet. Get out. No, don't give a yet. No, don't give a yet. Get out. Don't give a yet. Get out. Don't give a yet. Get out. No, don't give a yet. I can't stand your taste in my mouth.
You have some pretty cool music videos too. For example, your video for Happiest of all Memorial Days is pretty amazing. It's
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. How close together are music and movies for you?
Very. I think we've always been. I mean, the connection between music and visual images is always something that's been very important to us. I think it's only something that we've recently begun to explore how far we can actually take it. Especially with Happiest and with the video for Breakapart, I think it was the first time that we had a bit of leeway to try and do things the way that we actually wanted to do them before. In an ideal world, we do some crazy shit.
I
But
think we always wanted to play with it and just have some sort of different interpretation of our music by visuals. But I think just now we have the time and perhaps a bit of the budget to really go and explore that direction. And I hope we have some more.
We're working on a film. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, that would
I'm
be
sorry.
so amazing.
I know you looked. You
In due time.
one day
Yeah.
we're writing the script as
Okay.
we speak.
I'll get back to you. And you can be honest. Do you have a worst show you ever played?
Well, I
Oh
don't
yeah,
know.
there's always the famous one. I mean, when we just started as a band, it's years ago. This is like 6 or 7 years ago. But we played a show in London, and it was in North London in a pub, and we were just starting out, and it was one of those shows where we had to drag all our instruments to the venue using the underground system, which was an absolute nightmare at the time. And we got to the venue, and nothing was working, and just one of those days where everything was horrible, and nobody showed up to the show apart from
Oh,
one
no.
person who was he was dancing weirdly in the corner and giving us very strange looks. And then there was this woman who walked into the pub, and she tried to steal Roy's instruments on stage while we were playing. And then the bartender, no, this is a true
How
story.
does that work?
There was no one there, so she just reached out and tried to grab something.
Sure.
And the bartender
not?
came and tried to force her out. So we were playing this beautiful ballad, and her and the bartender were just like fighting crazy in the middle, and that was it. That was pretty much
we
the
didn't know
show.
what to do, so we just kept on playing.
What a crazy story.
Yep.
Okay, that's wow. Okay, I'm impressed.
Yeah, there's lots of other really bad shows if you want to hear about them.
Yeah, sure.
No, I'm
Tell me
kidding.
more about it later on.
I should have stayed at home, propped up in an armchair with my favorite magazine. Should have held my tongue. I should have woken you up. Bad news when you least expect it. I shouldn't drive the car. Though it tears you up, things are kept just the way you left them, and I lost my tongue. Go get an early start and leave some room for subtle accusations. There's still a long way down. Told you you'd be there for me. I told you that you'd follow me down. I told you to beware of me. I told you that you'd follow me down. Should have stayed at home and fed you sour oranges and sweet tea when it rains, when the roof fell down. And I should have woken you up, or rise up from the mattress to the best news when I least expected it. There's still a long way down. There's still a long way down. just a long way down. Sure what you were thinking, baby. Instead the clock's ticking. Polaroids have faded long, long, long ago. And there's real some odds, but still we're betting one more round of lucky seven. It's better to be lost than be alone. And Whiskey Eyes, so come alive. They say Logic Lane is flooded alleys, Chinese rain on party armies, loud and screechy hobbies on the loose. Well, pucker up, you look delicious. Flee me dry with poker kisses. Best of wishes, let me introduce Whiskey Eyes. I wanna die by your side. Whiskey Eyes, oh, tell no lies. And why do you lie so? Whiskey Eyes, I despise. No goodbyes, no goodbyes, no goodbyes. And there's women ever so promiscuous, after hours advantageous, ever so courageous, Betty Ball and frugal tea, Schopenhauer. And they say Plato's days right out of flowers. Ho, 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 Whiskey Eyes, I wanna die by your side. Whiskey Eyes, oh, tell no lies. And why do you lie so? Whiskey Eyes, I despise. No goodbyes, no goodbyes, no goodbyes. Sure what you were expecting of army brats and fortune telling, but come on, lucky seven, bring me home. And I'm not quite sure what you were expecting of army brats and fortune telling, but come on, lucky seven, bring me home. And why do you lie so? Whiskey Eyes, I despise. No goodbyes, oh, Whiskey Eyes. And why do you lie so? Whiskey Eyes, I despise. No goodbyes, 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 no goodbyes.
You have played in Berlin before, like you said. Did you get a chance to catch a glimpse of the Berlin music scene?
Hardly at all, because every time that we're here, it's really kind of smack bam, go play the show and go home. I barely saw anything. But we're really looking forward to see more of it the more we come over.
Yeah, sure. You should.
We've heard wonderful
check
things
out.
about it.
Yeah, especially techno scene.
Yeah, you big in techno?
well, kind of, yeah. But
we have a special dedication to the techno scene tonight. At
Really?
the really last part of the show. Stick around. I guess you
We
will.
will.
Yes. So, and we have a special dedication to the techno scene in Berlin.
With love.
we're looking forward. Yeah, unfortunately, our time is up, you guys. Thank you so much for the interview.
Thank
it was
you.
a
It was
pleasure
wonderful.
meeting you. Ja, liebe Zuschauerinnen und Zuschauer, es ist schon wieder vorbei, das Interview, aber ihr müsst nicht traurig sein. Ihr könnt euch jetzt nämlich noch den letzten Konzertteil von Acollective angucken. Dabei wünsche ich euch jetzt viel Spaß und wir sehen uns beim nächsten Mal wieder. Bis dahin. Tschüss.
If I can leave you with one last thought for tonight, is to never ever believe or do anything anyone ever tells you. This is very, very important. Have a wonderful night. Simon says that Simon says no, I never do what Simon says, cause Simon says that Simon says no, I never do what Simon says, cause Simon says that Simon says please stand beside, ain't your passports and your pride, fingerprints and bloodshot eyes, sir, don't cross the line. Simon says you're in limbo now, don't know why, don't know how the regulations can stay, I don't need to regret, and I better do what Simon says, cause Simon says that Simon says you need an effort from me, need effort from me, and I better do what Simon says, cause Simon says that Simon says need effort from me, need effort from me. Simon says it's time to Bon Appetit, the major D will bring you everything you need, champagne for everyone. Simon says you must concede that clock strikes 12, you better leave. The Queen's disease and love will be tonight is every day. And I better do what Simon says, cause Simon says that Simon says. I better do what Simon says, cause Simon says that Simon says. You need an effort from, you need an effort from, you need an effort from, you really need an effort from me. You need an effort from, you need an effort from, you need an effort from. Simon says you hide your fun. Simon says what's done is done. Simon doesn't need a gun, cause border rules ensure you do what Simon says. It's after 5, I'm off the bed, you're still alive. The new trainee will oversee, you don't come back again. And I better do what Simon says, cause Simon says that Simon says. I better do what Simon says, cause Simon says that Simon says. I better do what Simon says, cause Simon says that Simon says. Dankeschön, gute Nacht. safely, go safely, walk safely, bicycle safely. Thank you.